Oh, hi guys. Welcome to episode 16. I'm Holland, and if you're just coming in to hang out, thanks for coming in and hanging out. Today we are with my boy Bert. He is going to help lead this production today and even help in part of the video making, so that'll be really fun. Today I have some action shots for you on how I fix my mistakes. First up is my friend's fisherman's rib sweater, which is the same one I'm working on right now. Look how far I've gotten. And you'll see how far I don't get in this next clip. So let's check it out. All right, this is my fisherman's sweater that I am self-drafting and creating. One thing that happened with this, put my ball in here. One thing that happened that's super annoying, frustrating, sad, is that my needle I was using to knit this broke. So as I was knitting it, a lot of yarn was catching, and then it broke. That's really upsetting. Where it broke is showing up down here, where I tried to save the stitches, and instead they just got fucked. And so I'm trying to ladder down and fix them. But laddering down on fisherman's rib is so hard because I'm still not 100% sure what I'm looking at. So this area got messed up, and there's an area over here that got messed up. Where is it? Now I can't find it, of course. But anyway, there's areas that are messed up. It's already laddering down. I don't know how to fix it. So we are going to do something that I don't want to do because I hate it. We're gonna frog. Not the whole sweater. We're gonna frog until this is done being fucked up. God. I had to switch to my longer cable needle. It's not a cable needle. I had to switch to my longer circulars because my short one that I like is broken. So that's a real bummer. And I was like, oh, I can just fix this and pretend everything is perfect, but nothing's perfect. So here's some real life, I guess. I don't know. And I'm getting so frustrated. Like, I don't want to frog, but also it just looks like shit. Like, I know people won't notice two messed up stitches, but I will. And I'm worth more than that. If you're going to be spending this much time on something, I want it to look like I spent time on it. I don't want it to look like it's just been thrown together carelessly. It's something I take pride in. And you know what, damn it? I'm allowed to take pride in things. Here is the place marker I put, so I knew where I needed 2 more inches. So now we're doing the opposite of 2 more inches. We're doing negative inches. Sucks. It's fine. It's upsetting. But yeah, I only have to go this far. And picking up stitches is interesting. Maybe I'll show you when it comes back around. Because you can see here where that's where the double stitch will be. So when I'm picking up the stitches, I just have to remember to pick up this double stitch as well. Or I could ignore it and just pick up the live stitches and come back for this later. It's easier to come back and pick it up later than it is for me to ladder down. So let's keep going. That and these live stitches are, that's where the other fucked up spot is. Jesus Christ. Oh my God, I'm ruining everything. It's a good thing I'm frogging. So here and here, and I'm undoing all of this to get there. I might have to get rid of this place marker, damn it. Can you tell I'm upset? Can you tell this is upsetting to me? Yeah, there it goes. That's fine. I said that aggressively. It's fine. All right. I don't like how loose these are. This is kind of loosey-goosey, this one's kind of loosey-goosey, and this one's more tight and neat, tight and neat, tight and neat. So I think I'm gonna go one more row until we're done with that loosey-goosey bit. This one's ready to go. Yep. And that's what I wanted to frog. What was that, 2 or 3 rows? Maybe 4 rows? Got all this ramen left over. If I don't ball it right now, this is the ball I have left. This is how much further I had to go. Only this much. What do you do about it? This action of balling the yarn reminds me of when I was in college and I didn't have a yarn winder. So if I had loose yarn, it would become a ball instead of a cake. Cakes are great, but not when you get to like the internal guts part. Then it gets kind of messy. So balls are great when you have this much left instead of, you know, that much. There's a couple of balls in my stash that I need to unball because I balled them way too tight. And I know that's going to ruin, not ruin, but it's gonna stretch out the yarn and like throw off the gauge. With that project, and I'll get to it when I get to that project, but I think I'm just gonna do circular knitting. Well, I do circular knitting, helical knitting. I think I'm gonna do helical knitting with one of the ruined pieces of yarn and another strand of not ruined yarn. I could also hold them double, but I don't wanna do that. All right, there we go. Next, we're gonna take all these live stitches, we're gonna pick them up and put them on the needle. Do you wanna say hi? Hi. All right, go away. One thing I could have done was throw in a lifeline, but I didn't want to. So we're just gonna do this the hard way. You don't need to pay the most attention to like which way you pick up the stitches. In a perfect world, it would be ideal to pick them up with the right leg in the front of the needle. But honestly, at this point, just get them on the needle and you can untwist them as you're knitting. If they come out twisted, sometimes it's just better to get it on than to make sure it's perfect. Because if I try to make it perfect, I run the risk of these guys laddering down more. And I'd rather just get them on the needles than deal with them laddering down. Scooch it down. That way it's not all bunched up. I'm gonna cut out most of this because you don't need to watch me pick up all of these stitches. That would be obscene. But yeah, just pick them up, pick them up, pick them up. You might be able to see what I'm talking about, how I'm not picking up this stitch too. I'm just going for the live ones. We'll pick up that loose one in the middle when we get there. We just want to get these safe and sound back on the needles. Okay. We're reaching the point where these stitches are getting pulled weird. Keep picking them up. Oh, that's gonna be a twisted one. So I'll get to untwist that when I get there. Ugh, I hate this. Look at that. Did you see it? Barely. I guess let's twist some of these for funsies. Doesn't matter. Just pick them up. I will untwist them when I get there. So this one will not be twisted. I don't know. This one might be twisted. Yeah, see how this one's in front, but this leg's in back? I've also found when I do try to ladder down and fix a mistake with this fisherman's rib, it just never looks quite as good as a good fresh stitch. It always looks pulled and yanked and out of place. So I would rather just make sure they're all fresh instead of like, oh wow, why does that spot look like shit? Is this vlogging? Is this what vlogging is? I'm just doing stuff and showing you. I'm so negative right now. All right, we're getting there. I don't need this to look like that. I don't like the traveling loop very much. Oh yeah, see how that one's trying to sink down? And then this one's trying to sink down too. We're not gonna let it. They're trying to ladder. Was that it? Do we have one more? No, that's it. Cool. That's how you pick up stitches. That is how you fix a cable, a fisherman's rib. That's how you fix a fisherman's rib and avoid laddering, is you just frog everything. Wasn't that fun and informative? The next one is my Belgium sweater, which I had thought was a finished object, but then there were some parts of it that I didn't absolutely love. So let's see how we figure that one out right next. Now I have my Belgium sweater. One thing with my Belgium sweater that I was kind of 50-50 about was the hem and the cuffs. Well, I guess this is the cuff and this is the hem. I reworked the cuffs and the hem of the sweater, well, one of the cuffs. I reworked the cuff and the hem of the sweater because I had previously just bound off with my US size 8 or my 5mm needles. And what you should do when binding off with just a basic bind off is increase your needle size. There was a really great video by an influencer, and I'll see if I can tag it somewhere, but he explained it super well. Basically, because the stitches are taller than they are wide, if you take it and you bind off, you're not binding off height-wise, you're binding off width-wise. It makes more sense when he says it. So that made me decide to redo the sleeves. This sleeve does look less tidy, but I'm fine with that. Because this sleeve is so tight, it makes it really ball and bunch up. So here's what I did. I found where I had woven in the ends, and I undid it. So undo that there, and undo this here. And just undo it. Then you loosen this up, take this out of here, come on. Take that out of there, and there you go. Then, drop my shit. I take it, and I just fucking mohair, man. Jesus. Undoing mohair is so challenging. I give up. You just undo it. So then you got loops on loops on loops. So these are live. Try not to drop them. If having live loops makes you nervous, you can put them on your needle. By just picking them up. Same thing as with the fisherman's rib. You have the risk of twisting stitches, but that's okay. You can untwist them when you get back to them. And just pick them up, pick them up, pick them up. All right. There's one live stitch happening. So let's open them up again. Keep going around the whole cuff. I hope you can see what I'm doing. The thing I have holding my phone obscures the screen, so I can't see what I'm doing. One day, I think it would be cool to have a new phone arm. I don't know what you call them, phone holder. But I also think it's cool when I don't spend money on things. Like, I don't need something to hold my phone because I have one. It just sucks. What I could do instead is figure out if there's a better way I can put my phone on it so it doesn't suck as much. Look how neat and tight these are. That tightness really tightens around your arm. It does not allow these sleeves to relax. Let's pick them up. This stitch just completely dropped and laddered down a row. So I'm picking it up and I'm picking up the stitch over it. I will ladder that back up when I get to it. I'm still just carelessly picking up stitches. I don't care if they're perfect, I just want to keep them alive. It is neat that you can see with a rib stitch the different ways the loops face. That's kind of cool. If I ever work with mohair again, it will be too soon. Is that it? That might be it. Yeah, cool, that's it. Once again, laddered down, just pick them up. Jeez, I can't grab it. I can't see anything with this mohair. Okay, all the stitches are back on the US size 8, 5mm needle. But Holland, how am I gonna bind off with only this much yarn? I got you. It was literally on the ground. That's the one I was looking for, because that matches. So what do? I'm going to reserve about 3.5 widths. So this is half. 1, 2, 3, that's half. 4, 5, 6, that's half. 7. I'm going to reserve 3.5 times the width of the sleeve, the diameter of the sleeve, for when I know when to start the bind off. Otherwise, I'm going to take the rest of this ball, or enough until it's the same as this one, and I'm going to extend and redo the bind off. Jesus Christ. The yarn was so soft, but it's such a curse. Like, who comes up with this? All right. But here's another one. How do we get these two to attach? I'm going to spit splice them. Some people have opinions about spit splicing, and that's okay. For sake of the video, I won't actually spit splice. What I do is get some water in my hand, put the end of the yarn in the water. Now it's wet. See, water. I'm going to take the other end of the yarn, put them together. Oh my God. And I'm going to them together. Roll, 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 roll. We're gonna little get crazy with it. That is going to cause the 2 strands to be felted enough. They're going to be felted because I'm agitating them, and they're going to be held together. See? Strong enough for what I need it to be. My thought on spit splicing, especially for a personal garment, I'm going to wash it before I wear it. It's not like it's got fresh spit binding it together. I guess you could say that about any liquid though. Yeah. All right, we're going to knit just like normal now. Now that the sleeves are about the same length and I've reached basically the knot where I reserved more yarn for the bind off. We're ready for the bind off. So let's take this knot out. Why would I put a knot in mohair? I should not have done that. Huh. Because we're binding off, I'm gonna put this over here. We are going to bind off using a larger needle than we knit with. I'm just preloading. These are US size 8s. This is US size 10. A little larger, well, 2 sizes larger. That way, my bind off row is about as wide as it is tall. And we will bind off by knit, purl, Jesus Christ. I'm trying to do a fancy Norwegian purl for you and I can't. Purl. And then yarn bind off. Knit, purl. Jesus Christ. Wait, that's 3. Put that back over there. Loop it off. This is the one I just knit. Loop it off. That way there's only 1 loop on this hook. I'm trying to do a Norwegian purl. I really like Norwegian purls because I don't have to move the yarn to the front, but apparently I'm having a harder time with it on these larger needles. There we go. And bring the yarn over and bind off. We're going to continue doing this until we get to the end of the project. We are on our final move it over. I just knit them all. And do other, God. What have I done? It's like the epitome of like when you're watching, then you fuck up. Or when you're being watched, then you fuck up. Put them on this needle. And then not bad. We measured that really, really well. I'm showing how to fix this.
Yeah, so.
Yeah. You take the tapestry needle. Aww.
Right through there.
No.
No.
And you just weave in your ends. Never to be seen again. And that's how you do it. Okay, guys. I hope you enjoyed those clips. I hope you enjoyed those videos as much as I enjoyed making them. My Belgium sweater is now considered a finished object, and all I have to do is block it. Is it a finished object before you block it? I'm gonna say yes. So all I have to do is block it. I want to wear it for Valentine's Day, which is this weekend. That's really all I have for you guys today. So thank you for joining me, thank you for tuning in, and thanks for knitting with me for a little bit if that's what you like to do. I will see you guys again in 2 weeks. Bye!